Yo, what's up dudes? I'm McGrath. I'm an anime metal content creator, and I use Solemn Tones, Odin, and Kraken to produce my tracks. Okay guys, so like it or hate it, we are at a time when content is being produced quicker than ever with the coming of things like TikTok. So metal artists need to keep up with that demand, and I think Solemn Tones has really nailed it when it comes to guitar sampling VSTs and bass VSTs like Odin and Kraken. I think this allows me personally to pump out high quality content quicker while I continue my day job, school, and the gym. There's a lot of moving parts to being a content creator in my niche. We have to worry about the marketing, the cosplay, the set design, the video, and so much more, and their plugins give me a lot of breathing room to think about those things while still giving me final product results that allow me to put time into these aspects. So let's dive into this mix. What I'm going to be showing you guys today is the Demon Slayer cover that I did with their plugins. The lead guitar is not with Odin, but all the rhythms are. I'll play a little bit of it. Okay, so yeah, the first thing I'm going to go over is like the guitar programming for the rhythms. I am not doing much to the guitars. You can see that for the most part all the velocities are the same. And yeah, not a whole lot going on. And I think that's in due parts to, well actually large due part to Odin's Swift, Crank, and Humanize functions. I believe Crank, it just makes it so that the velocity is a little bit heavier. So of course for metal you want that. Humanize function makes it so that like every single note is not hitting like super hard, like they'll all have varying degrees of attack. And then Swift mode just makes it so that the type of notes is dictated by the velocity. For example, if I want to do a palm mute, you can see here I have some palm mutes right here leading up in this section. So yeah, there's a palm mute right there. That was pretty easy to program. All I had to do was lower the velocity and boom, it was good to go. I also have some like pinch harmonic stuff. I think there's one right here. Let's play it. Yeah, right there at the end of this little guitar run here. So you can see that I just jacked up the velocity to get that. One thing I really like to use the pinch harmonic function for, whenever I need like cool guitar squeals in the middle of a breakdown or something, you can hear those here. Yeah, it's that little what going up. So yeah, over there I have the same thing happening, and what I really like is that you can layer multiple pinch harmonics on top of each other. So you can see I have quite a few layers here of pinch harmonics. There's no sides to it. I just picked out notes that I felt sounded kind of gross together but were somewhat in the key. I think it gives you some pretty cool results, so you can hear that in this breakdown here. The way it handles pitch bends is actually really easy too. So yeah, over here you can see that I drew some curves to handle pitch bends. You can see that over here on this squeal, like it's going up and down. So check that out. Awesome. And then over here we just have it going straight up. So that gives a cool effect. When you use the pitch bend, I think with harmonics, you get some really cool effects. And then over here, I just have a normal like super low string bend. I believe I wanted it to go up 2 notes and then bend back down. So check that out. You can kind of hear it here. I'll probably solo it for context. Yeah, so over here I had some mutes And again, just activating that by lowering the velocity, the squeals again by raising the velocity and layering them. I wish I could say that I like painstakingly had to do a lot to program the guitar and get good results, but that isn't the case. It sounds pretty good right away. The functions that they have available in the plugin just make it super, super quick to go through everything. One really neat way that I use this plugin was when we recorded the lead guitar, when I went back through, I noticed like some notes weren't like as clean as I would have liked. So I actually used Odin mixed in with the lead guitar just to replace some of the notes. Here is the lead guitar part over here, and what I did is I had Odin punch in on just a couple of the notes that I felt like weren't coming out quite clean, or like maybe they just weren't sitting right with me. There are a couple of spots of this where, no joke, we have Odin seamlessly blending in with the lead guitar. I'll show you what that kind of sounds like. You can see here where it happens. So I'll play this little section. There's like this little run here that we were just short on time. We couldn't get it clean. So I just replaced it with Odin for like a split second here. But yeah, check it out. To me, personally, and especially in the context of the mix, you can't really tell Odin is punching in on those notes. Like, it definitely helps with some quick fixes, blending it into the actual lead guitar if something didn't quite come out right. I think kind of neat thing that I did with this is we used I believe it was the neck pickup for this part. So to get that sound out of the Odin, you can just literally EQ the guitar DIs before hitting the amp. So yeah, I sucked out some of the highs and I boost more of the like upper mid, low mid range in the guitar DI so that it would more closely match the guitar DI of my guitarist's guitar. Basically, I'm seamlessly blending in Odin into certain parts of the lead guitar track that I just felt like weren't quite up to par with what I wanted it to be. Could I get more crazy and like, yeah, I could export the stems and crossfade them and all that, but again, just really not necessary in the context of the mix thing. Let me play for you some of the guitar tones here so you can see what it sounds like by itself and then in the context of the mix. Alright, so here's it in the context of the mix now. So yeah, it sounds pretty good, not doing a whole lot. One thing that I would like to point out, and I think this makes my covers stand out a lot when people listen to them, I love that these plugins go down all the way to double drop C. I think that just enables me to really make the cover sound more unique by having such a crazy low range. I think their guitars and bass handle that range very well. This cover is actually played in double drop D, and I think it sounds awesome. So you can literally hear the chugs on drop E and drop D all over the song, really. Really enables me to have some pretty cool arrangement options when it comes to writing these covers. Next, we're going to go through Kraken. I don't have Swift mode enabled here. There is one section, however, where I turned on the slap function of the bass. I wanted there to be more grind during the bass part, but I didn't want to do it with an EQ or just adding more distortion. I felt like changing the way the bass was played was a far better option for that. So I will play that section now. I just have the slap being automated on for that one section. And that's it. That's like probably the only degree of bass programming that I did for this. Yeah, it looks like I just have everything evened out. I'm not really doing much. There is another cover though where I have it shine through a lot more. I'll actually pull that up. Give me 1 second here. Alright dudes, so I've opened up my cover of Inferno from Fire Force here. Figured this one would be a good example. I'll play a little bit of it, or we'll skip ahead to the part where Kraken is playing. Again, with this one, not doing a whole lot. I'll take you through the base programming. Yeah, so I kid you not, all the velocities are the same. So I do have shortened notes here. That's sort of like imitating a mute. So what it is you just have a note, but you shorten it down like a ridiculous amount. I think like almost as small as it'll get. And that sort of comes off, I guess, like a muted pluck. That's all I did. So I didn't actually do anything with the velocities. I just had a couple of shortened notes added in for that sort of dead note percussive effect. I'll play the bass just by itself so you guys can hear. In terms of the programming for this, all I have going on is this. So I have the force slap function on, and then number 3. I'm not sure exactly what the numbers are, if I'm being honest. I just know that 3 gave me the results I wanted out of it, and yeah, it was set it and forget it. And that's it. I do use Kraken for a lot more like very shreddy exposed bass parts. And I think it does a phenomenal job with those. Like I haven't found a bass that handles slap bass, at least in the context of metal, like as well as Kraken. I think it really, really slices through the mix. So here it is again. Yeah, dudes, that's basically it. So again, guys, like we are in an age where like content creation is happening so quick, and I think metal is sort of held back by the fact that we have to like bust out all this recording gear, plug in our guitars, edit the guitars, and do all this crazy stuff. Solemn Tones really has nailed it with these guitar samplers. I use them in all of my covers, and this is not something that they asked me to do. Like this is just what I did, and I want to help get other people on the content creation bandwagon, and I think Solemn Tones will honestly maybe revolutionize what it means to be a content creator for people like me, making it more possible for the average person to create at a consistent pace and still have a semblance of a life. But yeah, I hope you guys found that informative and inspirational, and yeah, I hope you use their stuff to make some awesome tunes. Alright, see you later.
What have I become?